Good morning, beautiful. It's great to see you. It's lovely to be here. It's weird. I know it's Monday morning. I know I only spoke to you last Friday, but last Friday feels like it's about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago and about 500 lifetimes. So here we are. And we're inside because well, I don't think it's actually raining out there, but it's just a little bit too breezy and I didn't feel like fighting with the breeze. And fundamentally, I got the instruction, do it inside today. So here we are. And today we're talking about love, but perhaps not the way that you've heard it talked about before. Good morning, Linda. And we've got all these sparkly, semi-fractal or completely fractal things. This, of course, is spirit amethyst. And, well, it's pretty. It's a little flower. Morning, Heather. Lovely to see you. It's great to be here. Today, this morning, at the beginning of a new life. I feel like I start a new life every day now. This is not a crystal, but it very definitely said, I'm coming on today. This is part of a Douglas fir cone. I believe it's Douglas fir. I picked it up outside my massage therapist's house a long time ago now. And well, you know, it's very fractal. It's like the flowering of the flowering of anything fractal. It just goes out. And you can imagine this pattern getting bigger and bigger and bigger and connecting with more and more. And this one just had to come on. This is a very soft colour and shape and form. Celestite is just beautiful, and I love this one. I've enjoyed it ever since I saw it and went, I'm going to buy that. This is one of the few crystals I bought. When I say relatively recently, I mean recently since I stopped buying them at all. But this one I saw, and you know, it has this beautiful big crystal here, and then it has all the little bits. Ah, right, yes. Well, time just bends and warps and does weird things for me now, Linda. It's like every day I go out of time and I come back and I'm in a different space and time. Yeah, it is a gorgeous blue, it really is. And it's quite true. I mean, I'm not surprised because the meditation process that I'm working with at the moment is called space-time, time-space. And in this process, I actually get entirely out of space and time. Dave, good morning! And I end up in the place where time is eternal and there is no space, and I become all of it, and it's the most amazing thing. And what you find when you get really unified with the unified field, which is what I've been doing, is that it is intelligent love and loving intelligent. That's a signature. That's how you know that you're connected. Jose, it's great to see you. Julianne, good morning, beautiful man. And you know, I've been doing this. I started with this process 2 Saturdays ago, and in that time, it has really profoundly and deeply changed me. And today, I felt the impulse, or last Friday, I felt the impulse to talk about some of this today. Marilyn, good morning. It's great to see you. And so here we go, talking about love and loving intelligence and intelligent love, and particularly, although I feel like I've skipped something important, but you know, I'll probably come back to the bit that I've skipped, particularly the fact that divine source, God, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you have for it. Morning, Samantha, it's beautiful to see you. That beingness wants to be in love with us as much as we want to be in love with it. The yearning, the desire for connection is equal. And that's something that I think surprises many of us. To think that God, source, wholeness, oneness, unity, unlimited mind, whatever you want to whatever far too small words you want to wrap around this, divinity wants you as much as you want it, is really the core central thing that I want to talk about today. And probably some of my experiences with that immense desire that is, it's not out there, but you start off thinking it's out there, that wants to connect with you. And you think, well, why would unlimited intelligence, why would unity and wholeness and oneness and God and divinity and source want to connect with me? What the hell are you talking about? I'm just, me. And there's how many other billions of us here, and there's people who do more than I do, and there's people who are better than I am, and there's people who are worse than I am. Hi, Nora! And there's all this amazing nature, and there's, and there's everything here. Why would divine, loving intelligence and intelligent love want to connect with me? What are you talking about? And you notice the current, the thread underneath that of why would I be worthy of that much love? Why would I be worthy of that much desire to connect with and love me? That's what goes on underneath that thought. The reason why, this is getting very philosophical, the reason why we're all here, right, is that there is this unity, this mind, this unlimited mind, this oneness, this allness, and we're all running out of words, but most, if not all of you, will know what I'm going on about. And the thing about being unity, like imagine if you're all light. Imagine if you're all joy. Morning, John! Samantha, philosophy's kind of fun, but I'm very practical because philosophy's great, but how does it help me, I want something that actually means something to me. So, I love philosophy if it has a practical application. So, there is the divine, there is the unlimited and the whole saying, but I don't know who I am. And there's a beautiful parable that's told by Cryon, which illustrates this wonderfully. Christiane, it's lovely to see you. And it's the little parable of the little candle in the sun. And if you imagine that, the sun is where you live. Light, right? I mean, we're not talking about fusing helium. We're talking about all of this light. And there is nothing but light. And you're a little candle. And you want to know yourself. But you can't know yourself because all there is light. And you say to the sun, look, sun, I need to know myself. I want to know myself as a candle. Okay, we got to put you in a dark place. Now, why do we need to put you in a dark place? So that you can experience your light by contrast. Right? It's a fairly sensible thing. And the candle then has to go, oh my God, it's dark. And, do I shine? Do I shut down? Do I let the wind blow me out? All of that. But the divine observer, intelligent love, loving intelligence, actually has the same problem. And I mean, it's not a problem, it's a state of being. If you are unity, if you are wholeness, if you are divinity, if you are godness, and that is all you are, you have nothing else to know yourself by. And the thing about having nothing else to know yourself by, like the little candle in the sun, is you ultimately stop knowing yourself at all. I hope this makes sense. I'm pretty sure it does. If you are a oneness, you ultimately cannot know yourself. Because we know everything by polarity. I am this, I am not that. Actually, that my body is this, my body is not that. I know how to drive a car. I don't know how to ride a surfboard. Contrast. Intelligent love and loving intelligence only knows itself as such when it gets to express that love. And that means having someone or something other than itself to do that with. And that is you. And that is me. And it's just, when that came to me as a realization, one of the many things that just, oh wow, Divine Observer wants me as much as I want it. More, probably. Kathleen, good morning, gorgeous. It's a shock, actually, because the idea that this loving intelligence actually requires some vehicle through which to express itself as such, and that vehicle might be me, is kind of astounding. It's like, you mean loving intelligence, divine observer, infinite mind, that you get to express your love by loving on me. And you don't get to be love unless you love on me. You know, that's big. That's huge to me. That this enormous, encompassing, massive, beyond explaining, intelligent love has that much desire to express itself. And so it created everything through which to have experiences. And of course, we get to mirror, we get to emulate the divine. We get to create so that we can have experiences with intelligent love. And more, I really did, this is one of the many profound things that's come to me in the last week. I had this enormous realization that I'm not alone, and I'm never alone, and I no longer have to do everything myself. And, I can look at that pattern the way that it's been in my life. And the awareness that I had when I recognized it is that I pretty much came in with it. It's just something that, it was part of my fractal, part of my rose. And the idea that this whole experience that we have can be like this constant game of exchange. Game is the wrong word. It's more like making love. There's a flow, there's an exchange, I sit there and I connect. And as much as I'm practicing heart breathing, because that's the instruction at the beginning of this process, and I'm breathing in love and I'm breathing it out, or I'm breathing in, the joy for existence. The joy for existence has never really made sense to me. But when I started, and this is how it goes for me now, when I realized, oh my goodness, the divine observer has enormous joy in my existence. Because that means everything I experience, it gets to experience, and it has immense joy in that experience, whatever it is proud of me no matter what I do, simply because I exist. It's so profound. And it removes all of the judgment that you put on yourself about what you've done, what you haven't done. It's like your existence is like, the greatest pride and love and delight. And oh my goodness, you're here. And I get to experience myself, my unlimitedness, my huge lovingness through and in you. Morning, Lily. It's beautiful to see you. To feel that and to let myself have that awareness, and to, it's not like I'm just breathing random love from the universe or, generating it in me. It's like, as I breathe in, the divine observer is breathing out, and I'm breathing in what the divine observer is breathing out to me. And when I breathe out, I'm breathing out the love or the joy for existence or the gratitude or whatever it is to the divine observer. And we just get linked in the heart. And it's like the entire space around and within me is the heart and mind of this intelligent love and loving intelligence. And for me, it becomes unity. And of course, that unity, it is in the physical expression of my body, what my body is doing. When I'm in that space, my brain is very coherent. And I'm having a really interesting experience, and this is getting clearer now, of observing my body. It's not an outer body experience. I'm very clear and connected, and I feel my body still. But I'm aware of myself as the mind. And I had this experience last night because my body was doing fear, and there were lots of, and I'm not even sure it was, there wasn't a particular emotional thing for it. I think it was just a physical imbalance. My body was doing that last night, and I had time to sit down and do a shorter meditation. But I did this, and I overcame my body, and I actually managed to bring some balance to my autonomic nervous system. And I felt it, because I understand what I'm doing and why. And there was a real awareness as it carried on because, and I was doing the things and creating the stuff and quite enjoying the process, and yet my heart rate was still elevated. Wasn't crazy, but it was elevated, which means there was some kind of stress program running in my body, but I was just watching it and I wasn't reacting to it. At times it was a conscious choice not to think, oh, why am I like this? This is a problem I need. No, it was just, oh, my body's doing that. My body's running this program. And I, as the mind, am going deeper to get to the place where I can shift that program, where I can change it, where I can create coherence at a deeper level, and then it can stop. And it did. It did. It took me some time. It didn't happen easily, but it did. And this awareness of my physical form, and it shakes and I feel energy run through it, and then it gets still, and then, my body is doing what it's doing. The energy has its way with me. But as the mind, I feel this immense presence and connection, beingness that wants to be me and be with me. And that's different, and it allows my body to just get on with what it needs to do to heal. So this immense desire that intelligent love has to be with us, to heal us, to help us create ourselves, because we are creators, and this intelligent love must endorse who we are being. So the more we draw close to this, whatever way you do it, and I know how I love to do it, and I'm on this course for life, I can't imagine not doing this work that I do now every day. Oh my God. I can't imagine it. Because to become intelligent love and loving intelligence, to actually feel myself that, and to be able to fare well. I mean, I actually did. I was there in the field, this morning. And this loving intelligence, because it's like we're one mind. And it asked me a question. It said, are you willing to let go of this self that is, and I sort of, this self that's trying to control the outcome and is scared of this. And I couldn't immediately answer yes. And I know not to force these things. So I said, well, I'm willing, but like the unspoken and not needing to be spoken, the communicated unthought was, we have to find a way for this to let itself go. I can't just say, I'm getting rid of it. No. So I'm willing. And we went deeper and we went deeper and we went deeper. And there was a point where I felt myself able to let go of that fear, to let go of that desire to control the outcome, to let go of that self, that me, which really, as a pattern in light, as an identity, as a consciousness, has been tormenting my body for most of my life, unconsciously, not knowing, not understanding that I've been holding myself in fear. And to just kind of, it's not standing back, it's just being the observer and being so one with this intelligent love and loving intelligence that you can do that I can let go of that self that I've been all this time. And, after that you think, well, who am I? Well, I don't know, but I rather like this being intelligent love, loving intelligence. And, how do I get to embody that now in my day? I don't know. One life, one day, today being this, tomorrow I'll be somebody else again. But this is really what I wanted to share with you. And it's not my usual post, but then I'm not my usual self. There's so much. I love to unpack the practical. I love the how-to. But there's something about this that needs to be spoken and articulated and made available, made more visible, make you more aware of who you are and what you can have and be, and that this is real. I did not make this up. I did not imagine this. It becomes me. It happens to me. And it can happen to and for you. You've got to do the work. And if anybody doesn't know what work I'm talking about, ask me in a comment. You've got to do the work. But this is available to every single person on the planet. They got to know how and they got to practice. It's taken me some time to literally create the mental, the neurological architecture and to change the conditioning of my body to allow this. And it doesn't stop. This is not an end. This is just, today. And tomorrow it'll be new again. And I'm so grateful for the process and that I get to share it with you. So that's what we're doing today. That's who I'm being today. And my invitation to you is simply to let this transmission in. It's beyond conscious awareness. Simply allow yourself to receive the thought that divine intelligence, loving intelligence, intelligent love is all around you and within you and wants you to know you are loved that much. This much, now. Available to you now. Very much love. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.